the minimum value, this is the maximum value. You consider any quantity, what is the lower bound, that is the minimum value, and what is the upper bound, that is the maximum value. These are the two things you need to remember all the time. Now let's talk about call option. We'll see what will happen in case of call option. If you remember, we found already lower bound for call option and put option last time. Let me write call option. When I say call option, we mostly talk about European. Now here, if you see lower bound and upper bound, you remember what is the lower bound? What is lower bound for call option? That is CT, small ct. What is the lower bound? Yes, Anu, what is the lower bound for call
You're
option?
asking the formula.
Yeah. The expression.
Yes,
The
sir.
expression for the lower bound for the call option.
Small ct greater than equal to st minus k e
See,
power.
you are from commerce background, right? So
Yes, sir.
CT is here. You need not say greater than or equal to, because I have already mentioned here. These are
Lower
the,
bound.
right? We know the lower bound for CT, right? The minimum value of CT. What is that?
Sir, st minus k e power minus r.
Yes. ST minus
K
K
e power minus r. T minus t.
T minus T. So the lower bound for CT, the call option is this one. CT can never be less than this one. Okay. So now we'll try to find an upper bound. Upper bound for CT. ST here. That means CT will be less than or equal to ST, and it will be greater than or equal to ST minus this all the time. Now apply logic. Suppose you purchase call option at any time, that can never exceed the share. Okay. If you remember the binomial tree concept, we started with something like this. One here, and then the price was 40, and the upward movement was 60, and this was 30, and strike price was 45, if you remember. So if you purchase the call option price was 5.732. I am talking about the price at 0. When I say CT, the price at time t could be any point before capital T, okay, including capital T. Now let's consider 1 point, 0 point, because we know the values. So now the call price is 40 here. Call price is 5.732 and the share price is 40. This is very less as compared to the share price. Why this is less compared to the share price? Logically, suppose if they are equal, or maybe this is more, I will make it 45.735, then why you will purchase it? You can purchase this one, the share itself. You think that instead of buying a share now, if you buy a call option to purchase the share, that is better. That is why you are buying. However, if this is greater than the share price, you will never buy the call option. You will always buy the share, because the payoff is always greater than the share. Though this is a particular case, you can compare this way. What are the payoffs? Suppose you purchase call option. If you purchase a call option, what is the payoff? And if you purchase share, what is the payoff? Suppose you purchase share. You purchase now the share itself. Okay, you have to pay 40 now, and your value will be 60 or 30. Now if you purchase call option, call on the underlying, on this share, okay, call option on this share. If you purchase now, then what will happen? You have to pay 5.372, okay. And what are the pay-ups here? The pay-ups are either 15 if it will profit you, or you will not exercise it if it will not profit you. 30 minus 45 you don't want, that is negative. Maximum ST minus K and 0, so it will be 0. So if the pay-ups are always greater, if you purchase a share here, if you purchase a share, your pay-ups are always greater. I mean, if there is upward movement in the market, this is greater than this. If there is a downward movement, then also this is greater than this. So if you purchase the share, you have to pay more price, your pay-ups in future will be more. If you purchase the call option, you have to pay less price, your pay-ups in the future will be less. Though this is in the context of a binomial tree, I wanted to give you an example so that the concept will be clear. But remember, logically, CT can never exceed ST even if you have infinite number of options in place of 2, because in that case you would like to purchase the share itself, you will not go for a call option, okay. So these are the bounds, these are the bounds. Now you can go to PT now, okay, you can go to PT now. European call option is over. Let me write here European put option. In case of European put option, and we'll write PT here. We already know this part, the lower bound we already know. We'll see the upper bound here, then we'll find similar one for PT also. This is the lower bound, already we know. Upper bound, if you write, that will be the discounted value. You have sufficient reasons to say this one, okay. If you compare this one, actually at time t we write ST. If you see the future time, the share price we compare, and the present value of share price is ST, okay, because these are the notations we use. And if you see here, K in case of put option, the present value is this one, right? Now we'll do another thing which is very important, put call parity. Remember, we'll use put call parity in most of the problems, okay. Whatever number of problems you do from this one, maybe around 80 to 100 problems from Black-Scholes formula and binomial trees, and whatever chapter I'm doing now, in most of the problems, 50% of the problems, you are required to use put call parity. And remember, now we are discussing the case where there are no dividends. Although I didn't mention formally, I didn't write, I must have mentioned in the last class, we are not considering any dividends here. So this is what we will try to see, what is put call parity if there are no dividends, okay. Put call parity, call price I will write here, then discounted value one side. Suppose this is A, then I will do this one also, B, PT plus ST. Now if you have this one, okay, I'll take both the cases, case 1 and case 2 here. Now again we have this situation, we have this scenario, okay. Now there are two cases, okay. Strike price is fixed, I need not write time and again. Strike price is K. So what will happen at time t, either ST will be greater than K or ST will be less than K. Okay, these are the two cases. If ST is greater than K, then what will happen? If ST is less than K, then what will happen? We'll compare the cases. Okay, now these are the two different portfolios. What will happen here? What will happen here? So if you see this time T, if you consider A here, let me write in this case what will happen. A will give what and B will give what. Okay, so now you have a call option with you. You will have a call option. Okay, and what will happen? The money will grow to K. If ST is greater than K and you want to exchange K with ST, you will not do that. Okay, yeah, you will do that because you get greater amount, right? You pay 100, get 150, that way. Market price is more, so you will get ST and you will give K. So you will exercise and your value will be ST. This is your value. Okay, if ST is greater than K. So this portfolio, A's portfolio, that will yield ST. Okay, the value of the portfolio A at capital time T will be ST under what condition? If ST is greater than or equal to K. Okay, this is one case. Now think about the other portfolio B. What will happen here? Now consider this portfolio. ST is greater than K. At time T, ST is more than K. So you have a put option. Okay, put option means what? It gives you, I mean for B I am saying, it gives B the right to sell it. Okay, but B is not obliged to sell it. Now B owns this share already at time T. B will sell it or not? That is the question. Definitely not, because for B what will happen? B has to exchange, has to give ST at time T. Okay, and B will get from the writer of the call option K amount. So B will make it sure that K is more, but in this case K is less. So B will not exercise the contract. B will not exercise the contract. Again remember, when I am talking about option, you don't confuse you between buying, selling and all those. Option means you have the option to buy or sell. Okay, you have the option to buy or sell, that's all. The other party is writer. Either you will buy or you will sell. According to that we have given put option and call option. Okay, so in this portfolio what will happen? The value, the final value will be, because B will not exercise the contract in this case. Okay, whatever is there, this will be worthless. Now P capital T, the time is over at time T, but what will happen? The share is there, it will grow to ST. So this guy B, okay, he will have a ST. So the match. Okay, now consider this case. In this case what will happen? A will not exercise the contract because it will not benefit. So A will keep it, A will not exercise the contract. In case of put option what will happen? It will profit. So in this case now B will exercise the contract and B will bring K, which is more now. Okay, and B will give the share ST, then B will have K amount, the match. Okay, so in either case, okay, it doesn't matter whether ST is greater than or equal to K or ST is less than K, their final payoffs match. Okay, so initially whatever they must have spent separately, they should also be equal. This is called put call parity. This is a very important one. Remember, let me write once again, put call parity. put call parity for no dividends, okay? And for dividends also we have a formula, we'll use that, but we'll not worry about portfolio kind of a proof here, okay? So remember PT, suppose I purchase a put option, I have to keep share, okay, so that I'll be able to trade. The other one is, see, trading and investment, they have different meaning, but don't go by those technical meaning. When I say trade here, I'm talking about doing the business. Now PT plus ST, and the other guy call option. Suppose you would like to purchase a call option, you need to have cash to exchange later, and you need to keep the present value of that, because we are talking small time t present, and capital time t is the time where the expiry will happen, okay? So that way you need to remember. The only difference will come here in case of dividends, PT plus, I mean the right hand side will not change, in the left hand side will multiply here a quantity, okay, the second term, plus this is the second term, minus Q, T minus T, and you will get here Ct plus K e power minus T minus P. If you take Q0, Q is the dividend, remember Q is continuously payable dividends. Again they are reinvested, okay, that concept will come later, I will discuss in the next class. So Q is continuously payable dividends here, and if you take dividend 0, when Q will be 0, then what will happen, this term will no more be there, and this will be like this only. So these are the two formulas you need to remember. Now in the next part we'll discuss the factors they will affect option prices, okay? Let me write the factors they will affect the option prices. We'll see the 4 or 5 factors they will affect the option price. If you want, I will take you to the website and I can show you, okay? But remember, main factors are the underlying share itself, okay? Let me write the first one. First one is underlying share, okay? That means what? You have to explain. Let's think about this, then we'll go to others. If the share price will change, when I say this, that means let me insert this one. Suppose you entered a contract now and you purchase one call option, okay? Then we'll go to put option, the second one. Suppose you have a call option now in your hand, okay? Or you want to buy a call option, okay? You want to buy a call option. You want to be the buyer of the call option, okay? Now you know the underlying share price is, suppose this is time, whatever you write 0. Now the stock price is 150, okay, and strike price is 200. And when you asked price, the price was 5. Now immediately after 1 hour, when you want to purchase, what will happen? Suppose you see that there is a movement in the share price due to whatever reason. Now share price is no more 150. It could be any time, not necessarily 0, okay, any time. So suppose S naught is 180 now. Then what will happen? That is the question, okay? The question is if the share price will increase, okay? So let me write here, if the share price will increase, then what will happen? That is what you need to know. whether you need to pay more, you can go to the website and you can see if the share price is more in one column, it must be written. Okay, then what will happen? For that you need to wait 1 hour or half an hour. Even after 5 to 10 minutes you will be able to know. If share price goes up, suppose you see the website, okay, now the share price is 18,000 suppose, and for a particular expiry date, okay, you have the call option listed here. Also you have to choose K, the expiry, you need to choose these two. Share price you will get here, this is fixed. Okay, now presently it's 18,000. For that you have to choose the expiry, okay, what 7 days, 14 days, that way it will be given. Then you go to the strike price, whatever strike price you want, and you see the call option price here. Okay, this price is your present price. Now after 1 hour you go to the website once again. Even I can show you those. Now also I must have saved 3 days or 5 days before. I wanted to show you. My question is, suppose after 1 hour, okay, if you see if you go to the website and see once again, after 1 hour, what will happen? Okay, here after 1 hour, suppose your K is the same, okay, strike price is the same, expiry is the same, okay. Now this 18,000, this increased to suppose 18,500 now, or 18,200. That is the question. If the share price will increase, you will see here only, you see only the left top of this table, okay, you see there, you will get the share price. Okay, I'm not talking about share price here. Even you will get the share price also. The website I showed you for the whole index, not the individual share, whatever it is. You consider one share also, individually you can take that. So if the share price will increase, then if you see the call option price here, you have to pay more for this option or less for this option. That is the question. I'm talking about call option. What do you think?
For call option, we'll have to pay more.
Yeah, you have to pay more, right? Why you think that you need to pay more? Because you are closer, right? Suppose I needed to write strike price. Suppose it's 19,000 here. It's 19,000 here. See, keeping call option constant, I am saying. Okay. So if the call option is constant, K is constant without changing K. We'll change K also later. Now keeping K constant, E constant. Suppose the volatility in the market is also constant, keeping all other factors constant. If the share price changes, if the share price increases, then what will happen? Your option price will also increase. CT will increase. C0 here in our case. Okay, CT will increase. C0 will increase. Now it was C0 and here you have to pay 7 or 8. Okay, because share price increase. If immediately in 5 minutes also the share price increases, then what will happen? You are close to the strike price. So when you are close to the strike price, what will happen? It's likely that the difference is less, right? So you will be able to reach to the difference of 0. Then if it goes beyond, you will have more chance of getting, right? See, this is what I saved some days before. Okay, so market data 14th October, okay, it was there. Now things changed, right? So Unfortunately 14th October passed now, so this will not work. Okay, but yeah, at least not useful. What I wanted to say is you fix it. Okay, let me write now. What I wanted to say is if you fix this one, okay, and you see the price here, you see any one Nifty whole index if you want, that's fine. I think 50 are there, Nifty 50 they say. Okay, the 50 all whatever you want, you can check one, you can take one share here, not a problem. Now what I'm saying is the exercise price is there, and you go here. Suppose the exercise price is now, the share price is 18,162. What I wanted to say is you select any suppose this one, okay, 18,200, this one 18,200. Now you are prepared to pay 35.85 per option. Okay, 35.85 per option. You are supposed to purchase minimum 75. Okay, if it's Bank Nifty 25, 75 shares you are, I mean you have to purchase 75 shares. Okay, multiplied by 75, you are prepared to pay. Okay, and suppose this one is 24th October, this one is 24th, I'm making, it's not working, no problem, we'll make it 24th October. Okay, suppose this is 24th October, will not change that because you can change that as well if you like, 1 week, 2 week, whatever. This one you can change, but this one you can change, 24th October you can change. Okay, now you are prepared to pay 35.85 per option. Now suppose you have some work, you will come after 1 hour. Okay, you have some urgent work, you will leave from this and you will go, you come after 1 hour. If you see the price, this is the okay strike price, it will not change after 1 hour for sure, it will not change because this is what you selected. This will not change 24th October. Okay, I mean you have to keep it fixed. Okay, 24th October you need not change, you should not change. And suppose this 18,162, this grew in half an hour. Okay, grew to 18,500. Then if you see this one 35.85, definitely you will see here rise. That's what I am saying. The call option will increase, but the put option will decrease. You see the other side also, put option, you will get a lower price. That is what I wanted to say. Okay, will not spend more time here. Now let me go here. So what I wanted to say is, here you will see whatever option price was there 35, here you will get 40. Suppose in this case it was 5 and it will be 8 now, suppose. So what will happen if the share price will increase? These are the factors affecting option prices. If the share price will increase, then the call option price will increase, the put option price will decrease. You think about this, why? Okay, we have a small proof also, but just remember this one. If you want, you can see this one as well. The small proof I can do here. CT should always be greater than or equal to intrinsic value. Remember this. CT will always be greater than or equal to intrinsic value. That I can show you from the graph. See, that's why I brought this one. See here, this is the premium, the option value, and this is the intrinsic value. This is the intrinsic value. Because there is time value, what will happen? This call value, call option value, the premium, the purchase price, I mean this is the graph, okay? You have to pay this much if you purchase at this time, this much. If you purchase here, you have to pay this much, okay, at this time. If you purchase here, you have to pay this much, okay? This is the premium. You see, premium is always greater than the intrinsic value, okay? Because intrinsic value will be up to this. This is the time value. The time value extra is there. That's why you can always, without proof also, seeing the graph, you can say this is always true. This value is always greater than or equal to the intrinsic value. However, if you do mathematically, there are 2 to 3 lines. If you want, you can do it also. Because we already proved that Ct is greater than or equal to St minus k e power minus rt minus t. If you remember, this is even greater than St minus k. This one also we saw last time. Then what will happen if Ct is greater than this, St minus k, this already we know. Then if you take max, okay, max also if you see here, so what you need to do is, it's like if a is greater than b, max of a0 greater than max of b0. Suppose a is 15, b is 10, okay, max of 15, 10, that is 15 is greater than max of 10, 0, that is 10. However, if a is negative, they will be equal, right? So that you can check all the time. So we'll write this way, max of this and max of this. So if you write max of St minus k e power minus r t minus t 0 by virtue of this inequality greater than max of St minus k 0. Okay, this is there. So this will be greater than this. What is this? Max St minus k 0. You remember what is intrinsic value? This is intrinsic value. Okay. So this one is greater than intrinsic value. This value is greater than intrinsic value, and Ct is greater than this value. Okay. So I can write here Ct is greater than equal to max of St minus k e power minus t minus t 0, because Ct is already greater than this, so Ct will be greater than max of this and 0, okay, that is greater than equal to intrinsic value. This is intrinsic value. You go through the definition, okay, the difference between share price and k, sorry, St minus k I have written here. So Ct will always be greater than or equal to intrinsic value. Okay, this is what you need to remember. Simple 2-line proof. So how this will be useful? If you know Ct is always greater than or equal to intrinsic value, that you can know from the graph as well. If you see the graph, what is Ct? Suppose you consider this time t, okay, if this is t, this is Ct, okay, this is Ct, call option value, okay, price, you see premium here, this is the price, this is Ct. What is intrinsic value? This is intrinsic value, okay, this is intrinsic value. So obviously Ct is greater than intrinsic value, okay. Mathematically also Ct is greater than intrinsic value. That is what you need to know. So it's a small 2 to 3 line, right? Now let's go to the other factors. The second factor will take t minus t, okay. If t minus t will change, You know what is T minus T? T minus T is the time to expiry. Okay, this is 0, sorry, this is T, this is T. The time to expiry. What will happen if T minus T will increase? That is what we want to know. How it will put pressure. It's good or bad for the call option? It's good or bad for the call option. Suppose I want to purchase a call option, okay? Now T minus T will increase. That means now you want a strike, you want a expiry date which is more than the present expiry date, okay? You have a higher expiry date. Here you can choose, here I showed you, right? Here you can choose, okay? If you see expiry date here 14th October, you can change it, okay? You from 1 week you make it 2 week. Then you see the price. You will be able to know whether it's more or less. It should be more, okay? Then you have to pay more for call option. Even for this put option you have to pay more, because the reason is you have more time. Because you have more time, you have greater chance that the stock price will go up and down, okay? You have greater chance. So you will not worry about the downward movements, because anyway you will not exercise, but there is an unlimited chance that it will go up, okay? So these all are one. Here you will not exercise. But what will happen? Suppose the T was here, the highest price was here, but now that T increased, the highest price is here, okay? So though it decreased now, but maybe you will have a greater value. There is a chance that it will go to very high. There is a chance that it will go to very low at T also here, okay? Then what will happen? You will not exercise, right? So you have unlimited benefits, okay? You are giving chance that it will go up. Also you are giving this chance also if you are bringing time actually. If you bring more time, then you think that it might go up, okay? You are optimistic. Even if it goes down, you will have no problem. You will only lose your initial price, whatever you must have paid, little price, okay? So this one will not see upward, only we'll see that it will go up and up, okay? So you have more chance. Remember, there was power crisis a few days before. Now there is no problem. So what happens is the short-term things, they disappear in a course of time due to the solutions taken by the government or by whatever entity they work. So when you bring time, you have more chance that you will do better, okay? Suppose you are not well now, you have fever. I want to take a test for you. You have 3 days time. If I increase to 7 days, you will be happy. You will think that maybe I will get better, but you might not get better, okay? We have seen patients with time. Suppose you have 100-degree temperature now, and by in 3 days it will be 102, but maybe it will be 104 after 7 days. It might not give any value to you, but then there is a chance that you will get better, because typhoid, dengue and all that, they take a lot of time, right, to recover. So maybe it will go worse, but then you have a chance that you will be able to appear, but after 3 days you know that you will not be able to appear. So you would always like to buy time, okay? And fortunately for both options it's true, okay? For both it's beneficial, because you don't know whether it's going up or down. See, if it will benefit call option, it will benefit call option party in this case. In downward movements, it will help put option party, and you don't know where it will go. If you buy more time, you have no idea. So it can go to either party. So both will increase. If T minus T increases, both will increase. Then the volatility in the market, okay, they will go side by side again. If the volatility in the market is very high, volatility high means lot of fluctuations. Remember, you have to invest in those where there are lot of fluctuations. When you are, when you need to select, when you have decided to purchase options from the market, you don't see about the growth of the like share. Okay, maybe sometimes you see 1%. You see here, you will see the change must be written here. Okay, we have so many websites, I'm not going to that now. So if there is a 1%, sometimes 0.5% change, these are not beneficial. If there is a 10% volatility, 20% volatility, that is good, because more variations are there. So these are good for you, these are zero for you if you are a call option party. Okay, so zeros, if you forget the little amount premium you paid, these ones will be beneficial for you, right? So the more volatility, the better it is for you. You only choose the shares which have high volatility and you purchase both call option and put option. Okay, both, it will support both. So the time to expiry, if it goes high, then what will happen? If this will go high, then what will happen? Volatility. Okay, the more volatility, the better it is, right? Now we'll go to the interest rate. The interest rate in the market. If the interest rate in the market will go up, then what will happen? If the interest rate in the market will go up, then what will happen? Also K, the strike price. Strike price for the put option. Where is the strike price? Okay, we didn't discuss the strike price. Okay, stock price we discussed. Okay, let's go to strike price K. Now if you increase the strike price, increasing strike price means what? Practically you have to select this one. You see the strike price 1400, this way it's given. You have to choose a row, right? If you are going down for a call option, the strike price is increasing. Okay, if you go down for both the options, the strike price will be more here. So you need to decide one row, 5th row or 7th row or 10th row. When you decide, when you go down, your strike price is increasing. Okay, so obviously that will affect, you see, the for the option price also. That is what we are saying. If you change the strike price, considering that all others, they will remain constant. Suppose strike price is 150, now ST is 100, and you change this one. Okay, strike price, you can change. You go down the rows in the website, you see for 180. Okay, here whatever is the, for the same, because this will be same at that instant, this will not change. Okay, CT, if you see, if you go down the row, it's 180. If you go from 150 to 180, the call option price, if you see, what you will see, if you select a more strike price, you are paying more or less. That is what you need to decide. What will happen? You have seen the website, it will go down, you think. Okay, you just go through the website. Even I must have showed you before also. Initially there are high 4 figures and then it goes down to 35, 30, like that. Then what will happen here? Put option will behave in a different way. Put option PT will go up. Okay, if K goes up, this you need to remember, from 100 to 180. Suppose then the last one, 5th factor, interest rate. Okay, you tell me now. Suppose interest rate in the market. Okay, the last one is interest rate. interest rate in the market, R, we're talking about R. Suppose R is 8% now, it will increase to 10%. Then what? Suppose I have money now, okay, this is not money, we say always option, okay, we see like this, money somewhere here, I have money now, okay, so I want to invest. I am thinking of whether to buy shares from the market or I have to purchase a call option, okay, whether I will invest in call options or the direct shares. That is what I am thinking. What I need to do? What I need to do? Whether I purchase this or I go for a call option. I have something in mind. Now I see there is a interest rate movement immediately. I got the news. My mind will change, because suppose I have 50k, okay, I think that instead of purchasing shares, okay, spending money, the full money and buy shares, okay, I was prepared to buy shares. Now what will happen? I will change my mind, because when I buy shares, the money I have to pay full money, okay, I have nothing. But when I see a movement, okay, movement in the market, the interest rate change now, so immediately I will change my mind. I will think, why to purchase the shares? Because the lot of interest rate I will get in the market. I will save this one, okay, I will save this one, and I will, instead of buying shares, I will not buy shares, I will go for a saving kind of a thing, okay, where I will get this return, more return. It's attractive for me. I would like to, instead of going to, instead of purchasing shares, I will not purchase shares, I will deposit in the bank, okay, I will invest in the bank instead of the, you can say fixed deposit or maybe whatever. There are so many ways. The risk is less always, okay. You can go for debt also. If the interest rate will increase in the market, I will definitely think more about saving instead of buying the shares, okay. So I will do that. Then what will happen, with a little price like 2000 or whatever, I should have pocket money, I can purchase the option to buy later. So see, you have to decide, you have to buy now or later, that's all. Suppose this is 2 years or maybe half year, you are thinking whether to buy share now or share later, that's all, okay. So that 50k you have, if you pay, you will get share now. But if you pay that 2k, you can buy here, that's what we are doing. We are exchanging k with share, right? So you are deferring buying. So when you purchase a call option, you defer buying the shares. Also you have an option, if it will benefit you, then only you will buy, otherwise not. That option will also be there. So obviously if the interest rate is high in the market, I would like to take more profit from the interest rate. So the bulk of the amount I have, I would like to spend here, little amount I will give, okay, and I will show more interest toward purchase options, okay. However, if there is a little interest in the market, I know that this 50, if I keep 2%, 3% or maybe whatever 8% I've written, if I keep, I think why to keep here, why to go for a call option, let's purchase the share itself. I can do that, because anyway there is no value in the market, it's very less, 2 to 3%, okay. So it will not give more benefit, because what you are doing is, when you are purchasing call option, you are saving money. Saving money means not saving in the bank with you, okay. Obviously you will not keep money in your pocket, it might go to zero after some days. People have the habit of forcibly taking money from your pocket. That's why even if bank gives 0%, you like to save it in the bank, okay. So if I have money, I have choices. Okay, so I will rather, if the interest rate is high now in the market, I will rather take profit from that side. Okay, I will not, and I'll show more interest in purchasing call options. Then what will happen? If like-minded, many investors, they will think that it is beneficial for them. Now interest rate is high, they can purchase call options. The demand for the call options will be more. Then when the demand is more for call options, the price will increase, right? That is what you need to understand. Okay, so if the interest rate will grow, then what effect it will have, that is what you need to know. Call option price will increase because there will be a lot of demand for the call options in the market. Call option price will increase and put option price will decrease. Okay, this much for today's class.